Hey everyone, my name is Pritam and watching Tech with Pri. Welcome to my channel and I'm back with another exciting tech video for all of you. And this is the video number 42 of this very important playlist called ServiceNow System Administrator. So, in my last video, you have already got an idea about the ServiceNow shared responsibility model, right? So in this video, I have discussed about the shared responsibility model. What is shared responsibility model? So then we have gone through this Google Sheet where I have discussed all the responsibilities of customer as well as for ServiceNow, right? And have also explained each and every responsibility. Again guys, I'm telling this is very important ServiceNow shared responsibility model because it is part of the CSA syllabus. Also I've shown you in the last video that in the syllabus from the Yokohama actually, which is right now going on, ServiceNow is added this feature like the shared responsibility model and ServiceNow Security Center. So in the last video I have cleared all the concept regarding the ServiceNow shared responsibility model. Now with that, in this video, together we are going to explore practically ServiceNow Security Center. So whatever we have learned from the shared responsibility model, the points that we have seen, the responsibility of customer and ServiceNow. So after this model, what ServiceNow actually did is that, so to help the customer, so that customer can follow the best security practices for their instance, right? It's not only creating business rule, creating client script, flow designer, catalog item, but it is also very important to maintain the security of the instance, okay? Following the best practices, checking the compliance code, okay, how you can improve your compliance code, doing a lot of security scan, seeing very useful metrics. So all of these things are very important. So ServiceNow patched up all of these things inside of the ServiceNow Security Center, which we are going to explore in a minute. So let's go to the PDI because this ServiceNow Security Center is inbuilt inside of any instance. Okay, so we will explore it in our PDI. So let's get into it. What we are going to do is that I'll show you the security center, will take an overview of it, and then I will explore each and every section with you. So it would be very interesting. And as an admin, not only for the purpose of CSA exam, but as an admin, you should know it, right? So let's get into it. So to explore the ServiceNow Security Center or to open the ServiceNow Security Center, you can go to the all section and directly search for Security Center. Okay, you can directly see under Admin Center we have the Security Center, right? And the best way to do is by going to the admin section. You can see this has been added. Okay, it was there in the Yokohama as well. So admin, if I click on admin, and from here I can directly go to the Security Center. You can see Security Center. So it will open in a new tab, and whenever you will open it, the Security Center, you will get a lot of these videos, whichever section you visit, to give you an idea. So you can go through this. Okay, these videos are also helpful. So I'm just gonna click don't show this again so that it won't pop up again and again. So this is the Security Center overview. Again, this is provided by ServiceNow, so no extra plugins or stuff that you need to do it. So let's see what are the things we have in the home page, right? So Security Center, manage instance security configuration and monitor for key security issues. These are the security tasks. Right now there is no security task present, so it is empty. We have some additional resource on the right hand side where you can read the read about, this is a learning, this will redirect you to the learning module where you can learn more about cloud security, customer resources, security videos, shared security model. Okay, these are the things. Then you will get a summary of your instance. So you can see my instance name is Dev 354313, which is showing, and here we are getting the idea of quick overview in a dashboard. Okay, like the hardening compliance code, threshold alerts, available customer action, best practices. Okay, we'll go each of these things, don't worry, but just now we are exploring the dashboard. What are the things that an admin can see? All right, and okay, very quickly, to access Security Center you need to have these two roles. Okay, first one is definitely admin, and another one, this one, SN_VSC Security Center viewer. Okay, either of this role can access the Security Center. This is a very important one also for your CSA exam, remember that. So these are the summary of my instance, and then we have the security console. So these are the three important things that we are going to see each of these things. So first one is the security configure console, and then we have the security monitoring console, and third one is the security posture console. And under the tool section these are the consoles and these are the tools. Okay, each of those console have different tools. Like for security configuration, you have the hardening score comparison tool, security scanner is there, customer action is there. Under security monitoring, we have the security event notifications, security matrix as well. And finally, under the security posture, we have the best practices and security posture dashboard. So let's explore these things one by one and let's understand what ServiceNow is providing for a customer. That's what ServiceNow is telling, that in the configuration console, customize your security protection with tool designed to meet your organization's unique needs. So that's very important. A customer should know what the organization is looking for, what are the security measure of the organizations, and that would help you actually to configure this security console. So let's open the security configuration console, and again you will get a video of overview of it. Okay, so again I'll just click on this, don't show it again. So you can see security configuration console. Okay, under that we have few things. Follow security best practices to improve your security configurations. Now here we have some interesting stuff. First one is this, which is the hardening compliance score. So this is nothing but this is a percentage of score that actually tells you or shows you how closely your security settings inside of ServiceNow align with the recommended settings that ServiceNow recommend. So there are some settings which ServiceNow recommend and how many of them you are following. So 90% of it, this is a PDI by the way, 90% of security settings that is following this instance correctly, what ServiceNow recommend, but still 10% are pending. We will go into that. But before that, see the hardening compliance score history. So lastly, when it is measured, like August 7, you can see it was 90%. Then on July 23 it was 91%. So you can see the trend. Okay, now before going to the security scanner, let's go to the hardening compliance score. You can see we directly land into the score comparison. It is showing between two different dates, how the score has changed. So for now, for us, we can see it has not changed anything. Then we can go to the score trend. It is also very important. It will show you, actually we have seen in the dashboard, right, how based on date this has been updated. So you can see from 90% it has updated to 91%. And here we have got a list view of in which date the score gets collected. Right now, the very important area is the all settings. Here I'm going to show you something. Again, let's close this up. So here we have a 90% of hardening score. Out of this we have 191, which is the compliant. Okay, you can see these are the things which is already following the security measures. For an example, if I just enable high security plugin, if I open this one, you can see this high security plugin activated by default creates more than 900 different configurations to control the level of security on your instance. Okay, you can see functional impact description is also there and it is already activated. It is a compliant already. This plugin, this com.light.high security already installed. Okay, and it comes, it says activated by default. So this is a security compliant. So we don't need to worry about that. Now if I go back again, let me click this checkbox, and so these are the 191 is compliant, but there are 26 settings which are non-compliant, which you need to look for. So if I click on this 26, it will show here 26 non-compliant settings. So we can actually see what are the topmost priority. So if I click on priority, so 4 is the low, okay, so 2 is the highest priority, and you can see there is a score impact is there. So this 0.27 score will be added to this percentage. Okay, so let's actually change something and let's see if that actually changed the score. Okay, so let's see minimize session activity timeout. Actually it will give me 0.61 score impact. So let's see, let's try to complete this task and let's see if that affects. So you can see the property determines the user session out time. This determines how long a user session stays active. This is the property glide UI session timeout is not set to recommended value of 60 or less. Then the session may stay valid for long even without activity. Okay, so now again, before doing any kind of changes, this is I'm just showing you in PDI, but in a real time actually you need to align with the client, okay, to identify that these are the security measures, these are the hardening score, these are the non-compliant things, okay, that can be compliant. So the client or the customer has to discuss the same thing with their security team, organization specific security team, to see that whether this is relevant for your instance. All the non-compliance thing, it's not like you just directly go ahead and just change it to compliant to increase the score. And here there is a, you can see the right now the glide UI session timeout is configured to 90. Okay, recommendation set property glide UI session timeout to 60 or less. That's for better security. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to update it to 60 and I will just click on update button and see what happened. So you can see now it shows status compliant. So you can see this has been configured and it is also being updated here. The good thing is that you can also create a task. So you can just click on create task and directly assign the task to that particular assignment group. You can see you can assign a short description assignment group and it will be, the task will be assigned. Okay, so let's go back here. It is compliant and let's go back to our all hardening settings and let's check the score. You can see now the score has increased from 90 to 91. If I click on the score trend, you would be able to see that. You can see on October 16, that is today's date, from 90 it goes to 91. You can see this has been updated. You can see here also in the list view. This is all about the security hardening. It actually shows you the how closely you are, your security settings align with the recommended setting from ServiceNow. Then we have the security scanner, where by the name you can understand this actually scans and try to find all of the findings. So there are so many checks actually they do. So if I open this check section first, you can see these are the scan checks that defines by the ServiceNow itself. Access control on tables. If I open this checks, what this checks actually does is that you can check in the description, table should be secured with access controls. Data in the table should be limited access to only necessary audience. Now you already know about this ACL concept in this playlist, already have discussed. So you know how important that is, right? So you can see resolution, that's the description of these checks. Then resolution, make sure that all tables should have ACLs. Rules for access control list restrict access to data by requiring users to pass set of requirements before they can interact with it. So before any user of ServiceNow interact with a table, right, they should go through some ACL checks, and that's why it is very important to configure ACLs, right? Okay, let's go back to the checks. So you can go through it and you can check other stuff as well. Now we have suites. These suites are nothing but the collection of checks. Okay, it's gathered in a group or something like that. You can see we have auditor suites, deprecated API suites. There are different suites are there. So if I open the auditor suites, you can see there are 29 checks that are doing. Okay, you can have a child suites, parent suites, and then in the schedule also, you can schedule a switch. You can see this is a schedule switch already there. It run monthly. Okay, so you can create a new switch as well, and you can just run it based on your security requirements, based on your organization security standard. All right. Then after you run the switch or the checks, you can find the result in the last tab here. Here you can see the scan results. Again, you can open any of the scan results and read about it. What are the scan findings? What are the suites we have? Okay. Also, this is the auditor finding trend. So auditor is one of the suites we have just checked. You can see SC auditor suite findings. What are the findings they have in the, in the trends? Then we have the scanner comparison. So again, based on a certain date, you can actually compare. You can see this is comparing on 24th July to I think 1st September. Okay, and it shows these are the scan checks. These are related to access control. This many records has been found, scan findings. Okay, this is already showing you in a proper dashboard so that it becomes very easy for you to check all of these things. Okay, then we have the security customer actions. So these are the things that customer or the client has to work on it, that ServiceNow is telling that you have to change this stuff. So like we have 3 overdue here. For an example, this enable 3D ES depreciation for password 2 fields. So this is a old encryption technology that ServiceNow used earlier. You can see, you can read about the summary of it. Okay, now the question is how you can solve it. You can see even it ServiceNow guides you step by step suggestion what you need to do. Understand your deprecation options. Then you can see understand your impact. It will actually guide you where you need to go. Validate your update. So each and every steps are done. Once it's done, you can mention it as mark complete. Then we can go back to the overview. So this is all about the security configuration console. Then we'll go back to the security center again. We have to cover other two things as well. We have the security monitoring console there. Okay, again, by the name you understand, it monitors actually different things. So you can see monitor key security events and behaviors to prevent security incident. Okay, again, whenever you open any of the sections under admin center, under the security center, you will see there are additional resources always available. So you can see like security metrics, system logs, all about this you can read in the documentation to get a more understanding of it. So first we will go to the security event notifications on the top. So this is nothing but, you can see these are the security policies that actually you can define. You can create a custom policies. These are the out of the box, by the way, which ServiceNow actually configured to show to the user. Right now these are all inactive. For an example, this one, by the name you understand, send notifications on impersonation. Let's open it. What actually ServiceNow is saying: when to run the security event notification policy will begin evaluation when the trigger event below occurs. So when a user is impersonated, maybe you want to show something, a message, you want to show it, right, in a banner or something, so that the person who is impersonating, mostly the person who is having the impersonator role or the admin for testing purpose, they get something, they get a message, maybe security message, stuff like that. Conditions, you can mention the conditions here. For whom it would be applicable, you can mention for what roles. So return true if the impersonate user has one of the specified roles. So for admin, it is defined here, and then you can configure the notification here. Okay, to whom you are going to send, to which user you can send, and you can add the notifications. So this is the the notification. This is the all about the security event notifications, right? If I again go back here, so these are the thing again inactive. You can create a custom policy, manage security banner announcement that are turned on to alert admins to keep your instance secure and maintain a functioning business. Okay, this is very important. Again, based on your company policy, based on your needs, organization needs or business needs, you need to configure that. Okay, then finally we have security metrics. And under the security metrics, by the name you understand, it actually shows different metrics, and this is very, very important. You can also access the view metric dashboards, which is under my metrics, and it shows a lot of different metrics in a in a dashboard format, in a chart format actually, so that you get an idea of different things. You can see ServiceNow login, security elevations, total export, how many failed logins happen. So all of these things are updated. You can see since October 16, so it is updated just now, it's showing. It is also different thing, you can check for like best practices. So how many best practices has been followed. We'll see about best practices in a minute in a different security tab, but you can get idea of this thing here. You can see the privilege users count as well, how many privilege users are there, active users, inactive users, and new users, successful logins, how many successful login happens, how many failed logins are occurring in your instance. That's all of the security measures that you can actually check. This is very, very helpful, this whole security metric stuff. Next, we will go back to the overview section, and we will move now to our next security console, which is very important, which is the security posture console. And you can see, if I just go back, improve your security posture with comprehensive visibility and step-by-step instruction. Best practice completed. Now, so under best practice is nothing but, by the name you understand, ServiceNow suggesting these are the best practices you should follow with your instance, right? So for an example, these are the first time users can follow a build a foundation maturity track discovered within the best practice. So if I click on build a foundation, so it shows the maturity level build a foundation. You can see change the default login credentials. This is a best practice which is suggesting ServiceNow that you should follow. You can see overview, your instance comes with a certain built-in account such as admin, ITIL and employee, which provisioned with the default password unique to the instance. This should be changed as soon as possible. This is what ServiceNow is telling as a best practice. You can read about it in the document by clicking on this link. It will redirect to the documentation steps page, and in the task steps, again with a guided process, you can see what you need to do. You log in with your username, admin and password, navigate to the user table, search for the user ID admin and name administrator, click admin user ID, to modify the user settings, modify the email field to reflect a valid email address right now which is not there. Select the password, needs to check box and click update. Log in again and prompt it to set a new password. Log out and log in again to, so that it is saying that for administrator right now the default password is set, you should change it. That's the best practice you should do. Okay, maybe not for the PDI, but definitely for a real time scenario we are talking about. Then you can go to the activity and check the activity logs here. And once it's done, you can just mention complete best practices. You can see best practices complete, mark step complete actually. And you come back again and you can do it other stuff as well. This is very important. And also, other than build foundation, you can actually see what other things are there. Enhance the experience, optimize the functionality. For example, under optimize the functionality, you have other stuff. Okay, two things are there. Again, this comes out of the box. Okay, you can complete these things and you can actually increase the completed overall count. Then the dashboard, we have security posture dashboard. Here again you will get an overview of everything actually. The compliance code again, metric alerts, customer action due soon, all these important things are there. How many total users? 632. Active users is 631. Active integration account is 6. It's very important, this security posture dashboard, guys. It gives you overall idea about all the important things. How many active privilege account you have there. Never logged in user 604. Again, it's a PDI, that's why. Failed user logins, REST API without API access policy, how many of these are there. And again, top recommended hardening security settings that we have already seen. So this security posture dashboard actually tells you a lot of different stuff. It's also tell about the total table column that you have. You see how beneficial it is for a security admin to see all of these things, right? So best practices, something is very important, and this security posture dashboard. Let's go back and let's see if we missed something. So I think we have completed this. Under tool, we have checked the hardening score comparison, security center, customer actions. We have checked the under monitoring event notifications, security event notifications, okay, security matrices, and finally security posture. Now I'm sure after watching this video you have an idea about the security center and what actually it is, how it is helping to the customer, okay, to maintain the security standard, okay, based on the business needs. And it's very important, this shared responsibility model and security center, guys. This has been added in the CSA new CSA syllabus because the ServiceNow wants the administrator who is becoming the administrator, after passing the exam, they should understand about the ServiceNow security stuff. These are very important. So I hope this video is helpful, guys. If you find it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section if you have any question, and don't forget to share this with your friends and family so that it can reach out to many people. See you in my next video. Bye bye. Take care.